Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. So I am Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for mental fitness. So this coaching conversation is for individuals who wants to become mentally fit so they can be empowered to take full responsibility and accountability with their decisions in life regardless of their mental condition. And my mission is to empower 1 million individuals to become mentally fit so they can courageously journey outside of their comfortable lifestyle towards the recovery of their broken name, broken identity, and broken dreams so that they can design and truly live a life of responsibility or a life of stewardship. So thank you for joining me live today. And please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where in the world you are coming from today. So please do tag a friend as well and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this session. So you may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. So if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment hashtag replay. So I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. And for my topic this afternoon in regards with coaching for mental fitness, it's from anxiousness to gratefulness. For this whole month of June, I will be centering on gratitude, on gratefulness, and how it can help in terms of your mental health and in terms of your mental fitness. Okay, so let's begin. So, in case you're meeting me for the first time, so my name is Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines. I'm a professional CACC life and mental health coach with a coaching focus on healing and recovery through mental fitness. And of course, I am also a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A. And we build tribe as we help your unstoppable dream to come true. And of course, my mission is to empower 1 million individuals to become mentally fit so they can live life responsibly regardless of their mental condition or their mental health condition. And I am a proud single mom and I am a mental health and wellness advocate. So being an advocate, I really hold so much integrity and responsibility when you talk about advocate. So being an advocate is just that you don't scream for people not to know about your condition when you're a sufferer of mental health. It's not limited to just promoting awareness, but being an advocate means you have a holistic approach to mental health and wellness. So it means there has to be an awareness, a prevention, an intervention, and of course, a fitness regimen, a mental fitness regimen for you to be able to level up, to go to a higher quality of life, a higher quality of or state of mental health and mental well-being. So being an advocate again is not limited to promoting awareness, but it's actually being an advocate means you are responsible of what you preach, just like what Master Coaching always says. No, you don't practice what you preach, but instead you preach what you practice. So being an advocate, a mental health and wellness advocate means you are living that life, that you are living a life that gives importance to your mental health, and you are living a life that exudes mental fitness, that goes beyond what how other people see mental health and mental wellness. You have to really live that life. You have to walk that talk. So even if you suffer from mental health condition, it is not an excuse for you to hurt people. When they say hurt people hurt, no, it's not the case. You can still become empowered, that even if you have mental conditions, that when there are bouts of the sickness, you can still decide responsibly and you can still become accountable with whatever decisions, with whatever actions that you make. Because oftentimes, when people who are suffering, especially from mental health condition, they use it as an excuse as well, to let go of the responsibility and accountability. And don't get me wrong, I used to be one I used to be one. So I used before, no, I used my mental illness and excuse for not for me not to become responsible for the consequences of my decision, for for the consequences of my actions. So being able to become a mental health and wellness advocate is really something that I really uphold, and it means so much for me. Okay. So if you want to connect with me, I invite you to like my page, which is Coach Candy, and I invite you as well to join my group when comfort is not too comfortable coaching community. And again, the aim of this group is for to empower you to become mentally fit so you can live life responsibly. You can live a life of stewardship regardless of your mental health conditions. And of course, if during the talk you want to connect with me, you want to drop me some notes, you have questions that you want to ask, feel free to connect with me through my personal timeline, which is Coach Candee Teng. And recently, I have updated my profile picture, but the cover picture is still the same. So if you see any account that has my face but has a different name, it is not me. I only have this account. Okay. And I invite you, of course, to like Decaf Coffee Republic. So I invite you as well. So I'm coming in right now at Decaf Coffee Republic, which is the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. And I invite you, of course, to be a channel of love and hope as you bless someone with a meal from Decaf Coffee Republic, and allow and let your message, personal message, inspire someone today. So allow us to help you bring light into someone's life this season. When I say this season, hindi siya dahil rainy, rainy weather, no? But especially during this pandemic where everyone is going through hard times, tough times, um, it's really important to be able to share an encouraging message, an uplifting message, an empowering message, a message of hope, a message of appreciation, a message of love, even a message of forgiveness. And the way that we are doing this, there is science behind this, and it is very, very closely linked to gratefulness, to gratitude, and to your mental health. Because like I have explained towards my last video, gratitude and your mental fitness. So if you want to catch the replay of that video, you can search for it in the videos of Life Coach Philippines, or in Coach AI Connect YouTube channel. Okay, so being able to become a blessing, you get to become a blessing to other people. It lifts their gratitude, and as well, you bring more life. Bring more love to your space. You bring more gratitude in your life as well. So I invite you to be blessed all the more for being a blessing to other people, to other person. And of course, before I proceed, hello, Lady Jen, great afternoon. So, go ahead and tag your friends if you know someone needs this. And again, I invite you to become intentional in getting your hashtag pack my bag moment. So your hashtag pack my bag moment. So these are key points, aha moments, epiphany, words, sharing lessons that resonated with you, and these are powerful truths that speaks to your heart, and for some it even pinches your heart. Alam mo yung masakit, may kirot. So when you usually get this, you say, I'm done, I got it, I got what I paid for, I can leave. But then again, I am just starting, and I am excited to be sharing with you anxiousness, from anxiousness to gratefulness. So there's a science behind anxiety, there's a science behind gratitude, and how gratitude can actually help you to lower down your anxiety. So I am very, very excited to be sharing this to you. And of course, I invite you to as well put your comments, your hashtag pack my bag moment in the comment box. So it's real time. So you get to bless other digital or other fellow learners as well in the digital space. So I encourage you as well to share your hashtag pack my bag moment on your timeline so you get to bless other people, especially for those who needs to hear and see your aha moment. So if you want to put a context so people will know where your hashtag pack my bag moment comes from, you can put hashtag coaching think talk and hashtag mentally fit Philippines. Ayan. So before I begin, again, since this is mental fitness, I would again encourage us to go back to the basic definition of what mental health is. And when you talk about mental health, it is defined as a state of well-being in which every individual has to realize four aspects in their life for them to become or to say that they are mentally healthy. The first one is that the person is able to realize his or her own potential. The second one, a person is able to cope up with the normal stresses of life. Third is a person can work productively and fruitfully. And of course, the last aspect is that a person is able to make a contribution to his or her own community. So when we talk about mental health, it is not mental illness, although these are used interchangeably. These are two separate things. And it doesn't mean that when there is an absence of mental disorder, it means that you are automatically mentally healthy. So for you to be able to become really mentally healthy is for you to be able to fulfill this four aspects of your mental health. Hello, Master Coach Asmin. Magandang afternoon, maulan na afternoon na napakalayo lang ni Master Coach Asmin na nasa DCAP din. Ayan. So, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. And your mental health affects how you think, how you feel, and how you act. And it also helps determine how you handle stress, how you relate to others, how you make choices. So as you can see, mental health is very, very, very important in any and every stages of your life until the day we die. Ayan. Now, when we talk about mental fitness, hello, Doc AJ! Magandang afternoon. O, di ba natuwa ako? Na-excite ako. Now, let's talk about mental fitness because if there's health, there's always fitness. Now, what is mental fitness? So, if you see me looking here, I'm looking at the screen because it's larger here, okay? So, mental fitness is exercising different areas of your mind to keep them in shape as an athlete would do to his body to be competitive. So if you want to be able to cope up with the demands of the life of of your stresses in life, you have to be able to exercise your mental health. You have to exercise the muscles of your brain, ayan, to be able to keep up, to be able to be in shape, to remain in shape in order for you to be able to really handle the challenges in life. And when we talk about mental fitness, it is your ability to cope with the obstacles and stimulus in your daily lives and road ahead. And mental fitness is training we use to prepare you for your path, and it involves physical actions that we take ahead. So when we talk about mental fitness, oftentimes we just think that basta nagamit mo yung brain, that's already mental fitness. No. So when we talk about mental fitness, there has to have an action. There has to be an action with it, okay? And of course, mental fitness is a system for strengthening and expanding your mind. It improves your mental habits. So even in mental fitness, even in when you talk about mental health, there are as well mental habits, just like in your physical fitness, in your physical health. You create habits that makes you healthy physically. It's the same with mental health. It involves mental habits. And when you work on this, you get to significantly improve your chance of success and happiness in your life. So if you really want to go for success and happiness in your life, you have to work with your mental health. You have to work on your mental fitness. So before I proceed, ayan, nagsidagsaan na po sila. Hello, Coach Phoebe. Hello, Coach Marife. Ayan na si Coach Glacy. Ayan. So yes, excited ako ulit, Coach Glacy. But this time, I'm hoping hindi magbubulol yung dila ko. Hindi siya magbubuhol-buhol. Ayan. I can do this. Okay. So again, it's about gratitude. And when we talk about gratitude, it comes from the Latin word gratia, which means grace, gracefulness, graciousness, or gratefulness. So when you talk about gratitude, this it encompasses all this meaning grace, graciousness, and gratefulness. And gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what you have as a person with what you receive as well, whether be it intangible or tangible. And with gratitude, you get to acknowledge the goodness in your life. And in that process, you recognize that the source of the goodness that you receive in life lies at least partially outside of yourself. So when you talk about gratitude, it centers not only about yourself, but you get to become aware of the external surroundings as well, and you get to appreciate others as well. And gratitude allows you to connect to something larger than you, which is, of course, other people. You get to connect with nature, yung natutuwa ka sa nature. And ang pinaka-importante po sa lahat, it connects you to God. And it's in its simplest form talaga, gratitude refers to a state of thankfulness or a state of being grateful. And in positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Ayan. So gusto nyo po maging happy, work on gratitude. So gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions. They get to experience more or good experiences. They get to as well improve their health, and they get to deal with adversity more, and they get to build stronger relationships. So it's a way for people to appreciate really what they have instead of always reaching for something new in the hopes that it will make them feel happier, or the thinking that they can't feel satisfied until every physical and material need is met. So ganito po ako before, no, I really can't become contented. Ayan, sabi ni Coach Glacy, nabulol na ako. Nakabantay si Coach Glacy. Ayan. So for you, if you're someone who's as well looking for contentment in your life, gratitude as well helps, okay? Um, Although, ano no, I've been talking about gratitude for 3 weeks. 3 weeks now. I've been talking about the benefits, and although I've been talking about the benefits and you see the importance of gratitude, would you agree with me that it is still difficult to maintain? Hashtag relate, hashtag connecting. And many of us are naturally wired, alam mo yung parang nasa sistema mo na. It's in your system that you are trained to notice what is broken, what is undone, what is lacking, what is not good in our lives. Ayan, hashtag relate. And for gratitude to meet its full healing power, again, if you're looking for healing as well, gratitude is a key to it. It's not the ultimate, no, it's not the ultimate solution when you're looking for healing, but it helps so much. Okay, so it needs to become more than just a thank you. Usually, di ba, we just thank you, but we have to learn a new way of looking at things, a new way of developing habits, of creating habits. And of course, it is a process. Gratitude is a process, and it takes time. Ayan. O, yan yung mga relate, connecting. Hello, Coach Tin. Magandang afternoon. Now, again, the topic for this afternoon is from anxiousness and gratefulness. Now, we have talked about gratitude, which fosters gratefulness. Now, let's talk about Tadang! Talagang may ganun. Tadang! Baka ma-discover ang voice ko dito. Let's talk about anxiety. So let me know about your thoughts of anxiety Feel free to share with me what makes you anxious. What are the triggers of your anxiousness? Ayan. Again, feel free to share with me, or even when you talk about anxiety, what is the first word that pops into your mind when you talk about anxiety, or when you get to hear the word anxiety? Yeah. So we all experience a degree of anxiety in our lives. So practically, no one is free from anxiety. That is truth. Totoo po yan. So for you to be free of anxiety, nako, di ba? When I say no one is free from anxiety, anxiety comes once in a while in our life. And in fact, there are several ways that we can use anxiety to our advantage. But would you agree with me? Passionate ako eh. Would you agree with me that oftentimes we allow anxiety to take over our lives? We allow anxiety to take over our decision making. We allow anxiety to cripple us to not taking any action. Hashtag relate, hashtag connecting. So anxiety is actually our body's inbuilt or built-in system, or a wake-up call that alerts you against danger. So yun po talaga yung purpose ni anxiety. So may purpose naman talaga si anxiety. So again, anxiety is your built-in warning system that alerts you in danger, against danger. So when fear sets in, our body release hormones that create a flight response. For others, it's freeze, and we react likewise. So the thing here is that the brain doesn't get much time to analyze the right or wrong when nandyan na yung adrenaline, no? When the adrenaline rush begins. Because alam mo, automatic, tiyang, release ng hormones. So automatic panic mode. Hashtag sino ba nakaka-relate dito? Hashtag panic mode na overwhelmed. And oftentimes, when we experience anxiousness, the decisions that we make, the actions that we take is not the best decisions or actions that we will take. And oftentimes, it leads to regret. It leads to a result, a consequence that you really don't want. So kaaway ko po ang ulan. Hey, kaya ko to. So the worst upshot of anxiety is that it makes you feel insecure, and you get to start questioning your inner strengths, and eventually your coping mechanisms starts to fail. Again, the worst upshot of anxiety is that it makes you feel insecure. Kasi 'di ba, when anxiety keeps on creeping in, you get to doubt yourself, and eventually you feel insecure, and you get to start questioning even your own strengths, your inner strengths, and eventually yung coping mechanism natin that we know of starts to fail. So by consciously practicing gratitude, we can train the brain to attend selectively to positive emotions and thoughts, thus reducing anxiety and feelings of apprehension. So again, when you get to really experience anxiety, the default is the flight or flight and freeze response, and your body psychological reaction to perceive. Again, the key word here is perceive, physical or mental threat. So when you talk about really threats and dangers, it's a matter of life and death conditions. So it's as if nandyan yung imminent danger. That's when the fear really is. Yun talaga siya, yung built-in warning. Okay, so generally speaking, um when you are affected by anxiety, your body has different reactions to stress, no? So pag ikaw na anxious, na i-stress, ano ba yung nagiging, you observe that how your body responds. So for some, uh, sabi ni Coach Maripeno, mas power ka, Coach Candee, 10 kaysa sa ulan. Kaya talaga natin to. Ayan. For some, no, there can be tightening of the muscles, headaches. Oh, it really depends per person. So if you have observed some effects of anxiety to you, feel free to share, no? to share in the comment box below so that people can as well no see that they are not alone, that anxiety is really common. And when we talk, I'm still talking about the general anxiety, yung anxiety na that we get to face in each and every single day. And oftentimes no, when anxiety persists, it becomes an anxiety disorder. Okay, so individuals with anxiety disorder often experience intense emotions for prolonged periods of time, which impacts their day-to-day living. Ayan. And did you know that anxiety disorder is the most commonly diagnosed mental illness? So for you to be able to protect yourself, for you to be able to really work on your mental health, is for you to be able to address your anxiety, to be able to know how to respond and how to handle your anxiety so that it will not, or it will no longer lead to becoming an anxiety disorder. So what I am talking about here is anxiety in its general sense. It is not it doesn't have to do with any anxiety disorder, but know that gratitude as well, of course, since it works with anxiety, it works with anxiety disorder. And if you want to know more no about if you're someone who's suffering from mental health conditions, I invite you to connect with me personally. Okay, so I'd really like to present this you. There's an emotional timeline when you talk about past, present, and future. When you often look at the past, of course, it's filled with guilt, um, regret, guilt and regret. When you look about present, it's fear. Yung fear talaga palagi yang nasa present. You cannot be fearful of something that's not there. Again, by definition, when you talk about fear, it has to have an imminent danger. An imminent danger, tsaka ka nakaka-feel ng fear. And when you talk about future, that's where anxiousness is. That's where anxiety is. And did you know that scientists have discovered that the more our thoughts wander, the greater the chance you become unhappy, the greater the chance you become depressed, the greater the chance you become anxious. So when you keep on thinking about something bad that had happened in the past, you can become depressed. Again, depressed lang. Hindi ko sinasabi na depression disorder ito. You can become depressed. And when you keep on thinking and you allow your mind to keep on dwelling in the past, then the prolonged thinking in the past, the prolonged state of being depressed, can lead to depression disorder or the mental illness depression, no? Now, if you keep on worrying about something bad that might happen in the future, syempre, di ba, wala naman tayong inisip na magandang mangyayari sa future tapos magkakos ng anxiety. That doesn't happen. So when you keep thinking about bad things that can happen in the future, that's where anxiousness comes in. Okay? And being depressed again is about the past, being anxious is about the future, and becoming and being depressed and anxious occur when your thoughts takes you away from what is happening right now, which is in the present. And when we talk about gratefulness, when we talk about gratitude, it is always related to the present. Ayan. Okay? So when we think about too much about what goes wrong and not enough about what goes right in our lives, of course, um, it affects your mental health. It affects the way you see yourself. Okay, so people tend to spend more time thinking about what is bad in life. Talagang ano na siya, for some reason it is really hardwired in us to be thinking about the things that can happen to you, the bad things that can happen to you. Okay, and when you keep thinking about the negative things that can happen to you, oftentimes nandiyan yung complaining will come in, and there's so much negative thoughts that happens, fear comes in, fear creeps in, and you become crippled. And the more that you think about these things, the more you think about negative emotions, the more you allow negative emotions, the more you allow negative thoughts. Did you know that it alters your brain for the worse, and it has serious repercussions for your mental health. Mm. Ayan. Again, when you allow negative thoughts to keep on coming, when you allow negative emotions to keep on coming, it has serious negative or repercussions for your mental health. And that is why I really, really, really promote, pumipiyok pa ako, gratitude when it comes to mental health. Now, ito na. Tadang! Coach Glacy, kaya natin to. Ayan, the science of anxiety. So this is very interesting. So this is a medical research talaga po to. So I got the source here is Northwestern Medicine, okay? It's a PDF. It's a screen capture of the PDF. I won't really dive into the science of anxiety, but hindi yung to the nth level neurotransmitters, hindi ganon, because I am not a medical practitioner, but I want you to see that there is really a science to anxiety, and if there's a science to anxiety, there is science to gratitude as well, and there can be system put in place for you to be able to work on your gratitude muscles, which is a part of your mental fitness. Cute naman, di ba, yung picture? So if you can see, there's the brain, there's the eye, nandun yung mata, and then there's a bear. So this is what I'm talking about when I talked about imminent danger. So ibig sabihin, nakita mo talaga na nandun yung bear. Ibig sabihin, totoo siya. So when that happens, ayan. So basahin muna natin, okay? So the decision area of your brain determines the existence of a threat. This triggers a response in the amygdala, which tells the hypothalamus to initiate the flight or flight response. So kung ano yung nakikita mo. So in this case, bear, it's a good example of imminent danger. Ayan, 'di ba? Ang ganda-ganda niya. So, when this happens, when real threat is there, di ba, there can be a fight or flight response, and your body psychological reaction to the physical threat that is there, no, magre-release na siya ng mga hormones sa katawan mo to pump up the muscles in order for you to run, para makapag-react ka, di ba, maka-survive ka, because that's the way that the brain is structured, that's the way that the brain works, it protects you, and nasa usual na survival mode siya. Hello, Coach Nido. Great afternoon. Okay? So, masaya to. I just want you to get this picture. Kasi ito talaga yung threat. But like I said before, when you talk about anxiety, it's threat, it's perceived threat, physical or mental threats. It's again perceived. In short, pwede naman talagang wala. But you have allowed your mind to see that there is threat. Okay? I'll just make it clear. Okay? When you talk about stress, yung flight response talaga ng brain natin, it is talagang designed for physical threat. But often, we have hardwired our brain to look at perceived mental and physical threats. In short, tinatakot mo lang sarili mo, o 'di ba? Dami ko sinabi. Pero yun lang po lang talaga yon, tinatakot mo yung sarili mo. Hello, Coach Noel. Good afternoon. Ayan. So let's make it fun, kasi ito, I'll bring this up again. Let's make it fun for you to be able to understand how your mind works, okay? So may mga superheroes po tayo sa mind. Ayan. So let's call Ami G, which is the amygdala, or what we call the protector. Ayan. Si Ami G, I'll just read, okay? I'm looking here. I'm looking at the press mat. So Ami has the job to protect you and keep you safe from danger at all costs. So si Ami is best known for the fight or flight response of your brain. Ayan talaga siya. Okay? So while it is often associated with the body's fear and stress responses, it also plays a pivotal role in memory. So dalawa yan. Okay? Dalawa yan. Stress response, fear response, and the memory. So pag nai-stress si Ami, when amygdala is stressed, Ami will prevent PFC, prefrontal cortex, or the wise one, yun ang pangalawa, from receiving a helpful information to make positive choices. But when Ami is at ease, the wise one receives what it needs most. So si Ami is where your emotions are given meaning, where emotions are remembered and attached to associations, and eventually you get to respond to them. And amygdala, si Ami is considered to be part of your brain's limbic system. It's key to how you process strong emotions like fear and pleasure. So when you feel threatened and afraid, si amygdala automatically activates the flight or response system by sending out signals to release stress hormones that prepare your body to fight or run away. So this response is triggered by emotions like fear, anxiety, aggression, and anger. So when you are in an anxious state, tinitrigger mo palagi si Ami. Ayan, 'di ba? Imbis na nananahimik si Ami at relax siya at ease siya, 'di ba? Palagi siyang natitrigger. So palagi siyang naka-heightened. Your amygdala is always heightened. So palaging mataas yung stress hormones mo. Now let's talk about prefrontal cortex or the wise one. O, 'di ba? May light bulb. Matalino the wise one. So si prefrontal cortex, or let's call it the wise one, okay, helps you to be calm and to make wise decisions. And it sends and receives memories from hippocampus. O yan. So when amygdala is stressed, hindi available si wise one. And would you agree with me? Pag nai-stress ka, when you are in a state of anxiousness, like I said, no, like we've shared, you oftentimes make decision that is not best. You oftentimes make decisions, or yung mga consequences ng decisions that you make when you are stressed and when you are anxious is not the best one, and oftentimes we regret these decisions. So si the wise one is responsible, okay? Ito, siya yung aso, yung sa wise one, siya yung responsible for newer, rational, and more advanced brain system, yung brain thinking talaga. So this is where thinking, reasoning, decision making, and planning happen. Ayan. It allows you to process and think about your emotions. So would you agree with me, there are things that pag nakakaramdam ka ng certain emotions, na anxious ka, may default response ka. So wala si wise one doon. Okay? So the wise one also regulates your negative emotions, and you can manage these emotions and be able to think or determine a logical response, unlike the automatic responses na napoproduce ni amygdala out of fear, out of anxiousness. Ayan. 'Di ba? Masaya naman, oh, BFF Ami. Nako, Coach Nilo, ayaw nating i-BFF si Ami. Ang gusto natin si Wise One. Okay? Ayan. So when stress makes you feel strong anger, aggression, or fear, anxiousness, especially yung anxiousness, no, it triggers the flight or flight response. It is activated. Si wise one nawawala sa picture. That's why we often result in a sudden, illogical, and irrational overreaction to situations, and you get to regret your reactions later. Yun na. Now, ito naman, si hippocampus or the memory house. So the memory house, si hippocampus is like a computer that receives and sends information, but it stores and recall memories. So when amygdala is upset or stressed, memories cannot be brought to mind or store. Would you agree with me? When you are in an anxious state, very anxious state, would you agree with me na parang hindi mo maintindihan why your memory is impaired? When I say impaired, yung parang may event na nangyari, biglang hindi mo na matandaan. And when you are in an anxious state, pagkausap ka ng tao, hindi mo natatandaan ano yung sinasabi sa'yo, ano yung nangyayari sa paligid mo. Ayan, o di ba? So si hippocampus is a complex brain structure and it has a major role in regulating. It regulates motivation, it regulates emotion as well, it regulates your learning and your memory. Ayan. And tadang, one of the major functions of hippocampus is forming cognitive maps or mental models. Ayan. Ayan. So sabi ni coach there is a question by Coach Noel, no. How can a person control the mindset about anxiety? Coach Noel, here comes mental fitness. Dito po papasok yung the process of mental fitness and it depends on a person. That's why we encourage a person to have a discovery session with us for us to really get to know their triggers and for us to get to know how to work on their triggers and what mental muscles they need to work on. Ayan. Tapos, 'di ba saktong sinagot ko may tanong ulit. If I change my thinking about anxiety, is that being influenced of the prefrontal cortex? Yes, coach. You got it. Because yung mind natin, talagang yun siya. That's how we design our mind. Oftentimes kasi, we just allow thoughts to come in. That's why we can control thoughts. It's if we allow the negative thoughts to just come in and the anxiousness to come in, automatically, it will trigger amygdala. But if we intentionally, kaya kailangan may intention, we have to become intentional. So when we become intentional on what thoughts we allow to come in, we allow the wise one to work. That's why we give more logical responses. Yun yung kagandahan niya. 'Di ba? Ang saya-saya, 'di ba? Sabi nga ng Coach Marifeyes, intentional sa pattern ng thoughts. Yes, and this is where this one comes in. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Coach Gleacy, you remember this. Ayan. Ayan. So, muscles. So, your neurons, dito ako, masaya talaga ako ini-explain to. So, your neurons is scattered throughout your brain, no? And when you think about a thought, when there's a thought, nakita niyo yung tentacles nyo mag-shoot out doon sa synapses nila, doon sa space, in order to connect neurons. And as you continue to think of thoughts, mag-shorten yung distance nila. And then the way that the mind works is the shortest distance ng electrical charge from one neuron to another, yun yung automatically na iisipin nating thoughts. So think about it as the muscles of our brain. So when you keep on thinking about negative thoughts, isipin mo, di ba kalat-kalat yung neuron, pero dahil nga you think about negative thoughts, magko-connect sila. Then eventually, dahil nga kalat-kalat sila, magko-connect sila, and then eventually, it forms up. Sila na yung mag-i-strengthen. Ganun siya. So it's the same. So if you see that your mind automatically is geared towards negative thoughts, towards anxiousness, now comes the intentionality to be able to form new neural pathways. Yan yung sinasabing neural pathways in order for you para ma-weaken yung negative neurons na nagawa natin. So that's why this is the importance of gratitude, because gratitude allows you to go towards the positive emotions, towards the positive thoughts. So eventually, yun yung ma-form natin. That's why nandiyan yung muscles. Diba? Like yung muscles, if you're working out, eventually, if you keep on working on the muscles, you keep on flexing it, diba nag-shorten siya, nagbi-build din yung muscles. So it's the same. Yun talaga siya. Sabi na, ayan na ang neurotransmitters. Masaya kasi talaga to, promise. So, training your brain starts right from the moment that we are born. So, if you see yourself that you have these negative thought patterns, there's no need to beat yourself up, because the way that our mind works is we got the training from the moment we are born. Yun po talaga yung katotohanan dyan. Like, if you are presented with an apple, you know that it's an apple because you have been fed that information right since the beginning, di ba? Oh, napakain ka ng apple, so alam mong apple. So that's how nawawire yung brain natin. But had you been told that a banana is an apple, your perception of the fruit would have been entirely different today. Kaya may perspective versus reality process din po sa coaching, and this is a higher mental model na po si perspective versus reality. It's different from expectation versus reality. That's why for some people hindi mo maintindihan kung bakit sila ganun mag-isip. Bakit yung mali tama sa kanila. It just so happened again, it's from the wiring, it's from the experiences that we have from the moment we are born. So the same is the case with your thoughts and fear. So if you constantly tell yourself that things are wrong and you are unhappy, you will eventually believe it, and even if that's not true. So kahit hindi totoong mahina ka, you are unhappy, that everything that you do is wrong, eventually you allow yourself to believe that it is true. So similarly, if you tell yourself that things are great and worthy of gratitude, you start believing it as well. So this makes you happier and eases your symptoms of anxiety in the long run. Ayan. Ang saya-saya, di ba? Yes, Coach, oo. I love topics around the mind and the brain. Yes, Coach Noel, talagang masaya siya yung knowing the science of the brain. And I encourage you really to go into learning the mental models, which is part of the B Learning Society, which I will be sharing towards the end of the presentation. Okay. So there's a book there that's called Grateful Brain, and Alex Korb, siya po yung writer, no, said that our brain is conditioned to function in a repeated way. Repeated way, yung paulit-ulit, like I've said, no, dun sa neurotransmitters, okay? That neurons that fire together, wire together. So ayun siya. So, an example again is that when a person who worries too much about the adverse outcomes will subconsciously rewire his brain. In short, hindi kasi siya aware, okay? Subconsciously rewire his brain to process negative information only. And Corb has mentioned that our mind cannot focus on positive and negative information at the same time. So it's the same. So if you want to eliminate fear, you have to work on gratitude kasi wala ngang positive and negative at the same time. So it's either positive or negative. But oftentimes, negative just comes to us naturally. That's why when we want to work on the positive thoughts, when we want to work on gratitude, we have to become intentional kasi hindi lang talaga siya natural sa atin. So simple practices like maintaining a gratitude journal, complimenting yourself, sending small tokens and thank you notes can make and help you feel a lot better and enhance your mood immediately. That's why we have and we encourage here in Decaf Coffee Republic to become a blessing as you send a meal from Decaf Coffee Republic with your personal message, because it helps in terms of your mental health as well. In short, kumain ka na, nabusog ka pa. Kumain ka na, nabusog ka na, nakatulong ka pa, naka-elevate ka pa ng mental health mo. And of course, yun siya. Yun talaga siya. So there's science behind what we do even here in Decaf Coffee Republic, because of course, it is from Master Coach A. So gratitude is like a brain muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes, until it becomes stronger than the negative thoughts, than the negative emotions. Then default, you can wire your brain, you can condition your brain to naturally look at the positive things in life, to look at opportunities, to look at success. Ayan. Kaya nagiging success is inevitable. Yan. Di ba ang saya-saya talaga nito? I really love this. Yan. And did you know that you can rewire your brain to be happy by simply recalling 3 things you are grateful for every day during a period of 21 days. It says 21 days creates habits. So if you keep on thinking about 3 things, no, that tawag dito is actually gratitude visit. That's what it's called, a gratitude visit. So research shows that gratitude is a strong way to reduce anxiety. So such effects are in addition to gratitude's ability to strengthen relationships. It improves your mental health. It minimizes stress. And in fact, researchers suggest that gratitude's effect may be long lasting, and especially positive. And there is multiple studies that use gratitude interventions, ayan, as free, simple, and effective ways to protect against anxiety. That's why madami din po tayong gratitude journal here in Decaf Coffee Republic, that as you purchase, as you eat, you get to have the gratitude journals as gifts as well. And with a grateful attitude in life, you get to gain acceptance and become fearless of the future. Kasi nga, nawawala si anxiety. And when we talk about anxiety, it's in the future. So gratitude practices are especially effective for treating different mental disorders, no? Kahit mental disorders, this is very effective, like anxiety, PTSD, social phobia, and so much more. So at a neurobiological level, gratitude regulates this. Ito science lang, konti-konti lang. Gratitude regulates the sympathetic nervous system that activates our anxiety responses. And at the psychological level, it conditions the brain to filter the negative ruminations and focus on positive thoughts. So because of its implications, this is really a study po talaga to. Because of its implications in anxiety reduction, gratitude practices like especially journaling, which is the most effective, and group discussions, in short, processing of thoughts, processing of gratitude, is now a significant part of mental health intervention and life coaching regimens. So hindi lang po ako dahil it's not because I'm only a product of life coaching, no, and the power of gratitude, but this is as well a research. Totoo po siya. Ayan. So let me share with you four. Ito yung four na benefits of journaling your gratitude, no. So gratitude disconnects us from toxic negative emotions and the ruminating that often accompanies them, and writing a letter shifts your attention so that your focus is on positive emotions instead of the negative emotions. Second, you get to express gratitude, which helps you even if you don't explicitly share it with someone kasi sinusulat mo siya, no? So we're happier and more satisfied with life because you get to complete the exercise, because you took an action. Because again, when you talk about mental fitness, there has to be an action, okay? And the positive effects of gratitude writing compound like interest. So you might not notice the benefit of a daily or weekly practice, but after a several weeks, as it becomes an habit, as it becomes a lifestyle, you will see the benefit. And of course, a gratitude practice trains the brain to be more in tune with experiencing gratitude. A positive plus a positive equals more positives. The happier, ano yun, the more the merrier, the happier life becomes. Ayan. So with that, of course, I invite you. So Decaf Coffee Republic has this journal, Attitude of Gratitude, or the gratitude prompt. So I have this journal as well. And I use this journal as well, even for my clients. I do share this because it really helps when you talk about mental health and mental fitness. Ayan. So gratitude, I really like to quote this quote. Ayan. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger to a friend. So this is by Melody BT. Sana tama yung pag-spell ko yung pag-pronounce ko ng pangalan niya. So you can claim your free gift of 50 gratitude journaling prompts, which is the one that you can see on the screen, and cultivate the attitude of gratitude and work on the mental fitness, the mental muscle of gratitude, and allow gratitude to unleash its power in your life. If you want to be more successful, if you want to be more happy in your life, gratitude is one of the way that you can work on. That helps with your mental health and your mental fitness, and to be able to claim this, You get to claim this as a free gift if you purchase a 500 worth food and or beverage from Decaf Coffee Republic. And if you want to level it up, you can send a meal to someone today. So ang ganda kasi no, you are able to gift someone, so you are able to send gratitude, you are able to feel their soul, and you are able to feel their bodies, syempre no, with nourishing food, and then you get to become a blessing to them as well, and then you get to receive the planner as well. Or if you want, you can give this as well, no. So it's really a way of you automatically working on your mental fitness. And with that, eto na yung sinasabi ni Coach Noel. So I invite you to get the B learning or be part of the B learning society, and get your B learning e-card. So Master Coach A has launched the B learning e-card for big heroes of our generation, and B-Learning e-card unlocks opportunity to smarter living with monthly perks. So you get to have 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic. You get to have, of course, a mental model masterclass by Master Coach A, and you get to have a 90-minute coaching session by coaching entrepreneurs from Life Coach Philippines. What's beautiful with this, when you get to learn about your mental models, you get to know how to wire and rewire the way you think, the way your brain thinks. And it doesn't have to be on a subconscious level. You can do it on a conscious level with intentionality. And as well, when you get to learn about mental models, you get to learn how you think, how and the way you respond, and the way you can improve your responses to life, to responses to situations around you. Now, for this month's Mental Model Masterclass, it is on June 19, which is a Saturday at 7 p.m. And we get to learn about the mental model barbell. O yan, di ba? Mental fitness na mental fitness talaga. So you get to discover how you can develop mental fitness by regular lifting of the mental model barbell. And as well, I would like to invite you to join me tomorrow on floor here at Teacup Coffee Republic for coaching for mental preparedness. So coaching for mental health and wellness is back again. It's every Saturday. So before pandemic, we used to run this every 5 p.m. on floor, and it has now been relaunched. It started last week. It started this June. So we will be conducting coaching for mental preparedness every Saturdays at 4 p.m. by yours by yours truly. And again, we strictly follow to IATF guidelines. So I encourage you to call SMS your seat reservation with Coach Rizal at 0917-586-1661. So if you know someone who needs this, if you want to know more about coaching for mental preparedness, which is geared towards the third and fourth order effect of pandemic of the coronavirus, then please, I invite you to come over or send someone here in order for them to really get to work on their mental fitness as well. And with that, I invite you to just connect with me for any questions, for any clarity that you want. And as you connect with me, of course, I can share with you this toolkits. It's self-care checkup worksheet and mindset checkup worksheet. Ayan. Masaya, di ba? And as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches. So do join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Orville for coaching for careless living at 10 a.m., Coach C for coaching for actionable motivations at 2 p.m., and Coach John for coaching for premium growth at 4 p.m. And I would also like to invite you to Master Coach A's co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So, iba lang yung dates, okay? So, we have new dates. Maling poster lang po yung nagamit ko, okay? So, just connect with Coach Rizal if you want to know the dates of the certification. So, this is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life, so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. So this includes a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. So the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So just connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities awaiting for you in this very, very, very fulfilling profession. Ayan. So once again, this is Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. So coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us from the Philippines. Love bam boom, love bam boom, love bam boom. Bye-bye!